What's up, guys? Julian here. Just got back from my third pre-release, my third of the weekend, and it was such a good weekend. And I've been so excited for this. I've been excited ever since they they announced Return to Ravnica way back in like April or like May of this year. Ravnica. It was funny because they announced Ravnica, and everyone's so excited, right? And then M13 comes out, not Ravnica. And everyone was kind of like, oh yeah, there's a new set. I kind of forgot. Not everyone, but that's how I was. Like, I was just like, oh, wait, new set that's not Ravnica? What? I played it limited like 3 times. I was so excited for Ravnica. So then spoiler season started, and I was so excited. It was just like it just kept chanting in my head. So excited for it. And all the cards look so sweet, and I'm brewing decks like crazy. You guys want to see my box? This is my box right now. This is how it looks. These are all different Ravnica decks that I proxied, and we've just been practicing and testing. It's been crazy. And so then, like, spoilers ended. We got the whole spoiler thing alert, thing, and yeah. So I went to my pre-releases, driving up, just thinking Ravnica in my head the whole time. Can't wait. So excited. And I get there and I open up my first sealed pool, and it looks about like this. Okay, so for deck number 1, I chose Selesnya as my guild. This is my deck right here. This is my deck. This is my sideboard. Cards I could have played that I just didn't end up playing. This is like the rest of my cards. I overrun 2, yay! I just didn't really, it just didn't really work out. So what happened is I opened the Selesnya deck, which is sweet. And one of the first cards I got out of my packs in that guild box was Supreme Verdict. And Supreme Verdict is awesome. Day Judgment effects, Wrath of Gods are always really good in limited. So I knew I probably had to splash that, especially because only 1 blue is really easy to cast. So I decided to kind of keep my eye out for other powerful blue cards. I ended up with the Key Rune, Void Wielder, and a single inspiration. I have a second inspiration over here. I decided not to play. And then I had the Reason Sanctuary, the Grove of the Guardian is kind of my finishers. Precinct Captain, really strong. I really liked this deck. I really enjoyed it a lot. I went 4-0, and it was great. I had some couple bears. It kind of has everything. It has a really good curve, really strong. Curves out really well. Because like a lot of times I was able to go bear into Key Rune, and then from Key Rune I could do, I could pop a Grove if I had to that next turn, or I could, cast like one of my big 5-drops, something like that. It was really powerful. In the sideboard, cards I wish I would have played. I wish I would have played these Centaur Heralds. I don't know. I just didn't evaluate them correctly until someone played them against me the next day. But I don't know what I thought this was, but this is basically like just a 3/3 for 3, which is just like the healers, right? Just like these guys right here. So I should have played those without a doubt. And I also had 3 Eye in the Sky. I didn't have any tokens here. I only had the Grove and the Charm and then the Enchantment. I didn't think that was enough to be able to play this Populate. But if I had played these, that would have been enough to play. I should have played those. Other than that, I don't think there's much I would change. My sideboard is strong. I had some bounce spells. I have everything I need over here. Counterspell if I have to. Another Tower Drake for the too many flyers. The deck did great for me. I really enjoyed it. I really liked this limited format a lot, and it was fantastic. Okay, so that one's done, right? So I can finish my first sealed pool. I go sleep at my buddy Joe's house, like the owner of Game Grid, for like, I don't know, I slept for like 2 hours, maybe, and then it's back to the grind. I go back, open up a second sealed pool, crush some more, like this. Azorius was the guild that I chose this time. Because I was really impressed with it the night before. I watched a friend play the Azorius deck, and it was amazing. The first thing I want to note is that my lands are absolutely insane. I got the Hallowed Fountain, Temple Garden, and 3 Guild Gates in the 3 colors I played. So I played blue-white with a little bit of green, which is funny because it's like the same colors I played the night before, only just a little more emphasis in green and blue. Anyway, this deck is awesome. I ended up only going 4-2. I lost to 2 Izzet decks. With the burn and the counter spells. I just couldn't beat them. I don't know if that means I made a mistake in deck building, but I don't know. I just couldn't beat those guys. Other than that, I thought the deck was amazing. I got 2 huge bombs here, Archon and Asperia. I got a bunch of good Detain. My land's insane, Cyclonic Rift. I was really, really happy with this deck. Again, I got Eyes in the Skies. I got 2 Nightly Valors, only played 1. Maybe I should have played 2. I didn't feel like it was a mistake. But maybe I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spells. Maybe, so playing another one that's not a creature is tough, because I'm already a little bit creature-like. I wouldn't mind playing like 2 more creatures. But this deck is awesome. Like I said, 4-2, not as good as I would have hoped, but still fine. And the deck is sweet. And that's about it for deck 2. Then after that, I go home and I sleep because I am so tired. And I wake up the next morning, come right back. But just so you guys know, it's an hour drive from my house to where I go play because I choose to do that, right? There are stores that are much closer, but I really like Game Grid a lot. I'm obviously part of the team. But more than just that, I really like that store a lot. And so I'm driving up there again, and on Sunday I get my 3rd pool, and I just jumped off a cliff. And it looks like this. Deck number 3. What a disaster. So I picked Golgari for this one. I wanted to get Rakdos, but long story short, didn't play Rakdos. So I'm playing Golgari, and like my pool was like insane. But if you notice, so this is my deck from here over again. If you notice, one of the big problems is I have like 3 major colors and then a little bit of a 4th color, and like no fixing. I have like this Rupture Spire thing, and that's it. Big problem. But the deck is so good. Like I had 3 of these crocodiles. I had the Guild Mage for red, black, and green, white. And both those Guild Mages are awesome. I had this ridiculous enchantment, Collective Blessing, 2 Augur Sprays, 2 Stab Wounds. This is my sideboard. This is everything I didn't play. And I feel like I could have played it all. Like I felt like I had 36 playable cards here. Like I had another Stab Wound in the sideboard, 2 Grisly Salvages, a Golgari Charm. I had this like another Crocodile, these enchantments, more Burn that I just couldn't play. Like this deck was insane. Underworld Connections. But the biggest issue was just mana. It was just mana. And it was my fault. I tried to get greedy. What happened is I went 4-0 and then I went 4-2, and I'm like, whatever. I can do anything with this format. Mizian Mortars, of course. Street Spasm. Anyway, I'm like, I can do anything I want. Like I'm invincible, right? So I built this 4-color deck and didn't do so well. I won the first match, but I shouldn't have won it. My opponent just didn't understand how First Strike worked. He's not new. He's really good at the game. He just forgot that he can First Strike and kill guy. Anyway, he had the First Strike haste guy. He scavenged 3 onto it. So he had like an 8-7 First Striker, and I had like 5 dudes, but I just couldn't block profitably. And he wasn't swinging because he thought that I could chump block with everything and kill it, even though I couldn't have done that. And so it was really too bad. Shouldn't have won, but I just did because he just didn't play well. And then second round, I just lost completely. It was really terrible, and I just didn't like the deck because I just couldn't play it. Maybe I should what would you guys do? Look at this deck and tell me what you would have done. Right? What do you cut here? Like from here, you cut the red. You cut the Street Spasm, Mizian Mortars. No. You cut a little bit of white. I mean, this Guild Mage is sick though, and this Collective Blessing is only 1 white. It's only 1 white. So I could have cut these 2. I only played 1 planes in the deck, and then this thing. So we cut the black. No, like I'm not gonna cut the black, because then I lose my Augur Sprees, I lose my Stab Wounds, I lose my Corpse Jack Menace, so I can't lose the black, and I obviously can't lose the green because that's where all my creatures are. So I didn't know what to do. The pool was insane. I should have played this and then like 24 lands and just called it a standard deck, but I didn't, and I lost really badly with it. And I was really disappointed, but that's okay. It's all part of learning, right? So this was the 3rd pool. Insane. I just couldn't get there. Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about the sealed in general. So you saw like my sealed decks, one of the things that, except for the last one, I don't even want to count the last one, but the first 2, it was really heavy, like pushing to 1 guild, to 1 guild, and then I kind of splashed the 3rd color. I think that's the right way to do those sealed pools. I think taking obviously your guild packs are super strong, and then I don't want to talk too much strategy for them because we're never going to see them again, but I'm really excited for Limited, and I'm really excited for where this is going to go. I think the Wizards did a great job by providing the guild packs to people because it really helped the new players and players who are not good at sealed like me. to help push us in the right direction. If you'd have just given me 6 packs, man, my mind would have been blown. I wouldn't have even known what to do. All of my decks would have looked like that third deck, and it would have been the worst. But by giving us the guild pack and help pushing us in a really strong direction, it made it so that, like, in the finals of Friday night, when I was playing for the 4-0, I played against a kid who, like, barely played Magic, but he opened up a strong sealed pool, and his deck, his guild pack helped him to build the right kind of deck. It helped push him in the right direction so that he could just supplement cards to it instead of trying to just start from scratch. I thought it was a great idea. I think they should do all pre-releases in this way or some way. Not guilds every time, maybe, but just some way of helping out the new players a little bit, helping out players who haven't done this a lot. I thought it was awesome, and I can't wait to draft this format. It looks really intense. It looks really, really interesting to draft. I feel like I'm going to draft a whole bunch of 5-color decks. And that's so bad. I don't know, it's just funny because, like, on the inside, I have, like, this internal voice that's like, Fubsy, you're never going to get on the Pro Tour if you don't take every single game seriously. No, I know, but sometimes I like to have a little bit of fun, right? No, having fun doesn't get you on the Pro Tour. I'm so sorry. Pathetic. I'm such a disappointment. Drink a Dr. Pepper, man. Clean up after yourself. This video series brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Ravnica. Okay, so it's not that bad, right? I don't know. Maybe I'd be more inspired if my inner voice was more like Batman or something. Fubsy, you have to get on the Pro Tour. I swear, I'll get on the Pro Tour. Swear to me! No. But I do have this drive to get onto the Pro Tour, and that's where I want to be. So I can't wait to draft this format. I'm going to draft it a ton. I'm going to put up some drafting videos. I'm going to get some really good drafters to teach us how to draft together. I'm going to go to all the PTQs, sealed, limited PTQs. I'm going to win them, and I'm going to win one at least, and I'm going to be on the Pro Tour. That's the goal. Win a PTQ this season, get on the Pro Tour. And hopefully I will take you guys with me every step of the way. But for tonight, good night. That rhymed. Tonight, good night. And I will talk to you later. Peace. Ravnica. Swear to me!